on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield, live from Harpo's, the Missouri Bar and Grill. This is Tiger Talk with Kellie Harper.
Pulls up from 3 and hits it. Holy cow, Abby Shrek, 5 of 8 from 3 tonight now.
Now, here's your host, Brad Trinago.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk with Mizzou Women's Hoops head coach Kellie Harper. I'm Brad Trinago. Our on-site engineer Jeremy Washington. Sam Rowe from KMIZ is helping us out. Danielle Barco, also from Mizzou Sports Properties, is here. Dylan Riggs on the ones and twos at Learfield headquarters in Jefferson City. And, of course, the coach is here, too. Coach, 5 in a row. Not too bad.
Hey, we will take it, Brad. We're excited.
Absolutely. We're going to talk more about the last couple of those wins, including one that came right down to the wire in front of the home crowd against California. That's all on the way. First, we do want to thank our host here for Tiger Talk throughout basketball season, Harpo's Bar and Grill, located in downtown Columbia, a staple of downtown Como since 1971, now featuring a new food menu. Check out the daily specials and the expanded space to host your next event. So we're on the radio, of course. We're on Facebook Live. You can also watch Tiger Talk locally through the family of networks, through KMIZ, and in the St. Louis area through Matrix Midwest. So Mizzou, as I mentioned, 5-game winning streak, now 9-2 on the year. Most recently, victories last Thursday against Cal, 68-67, and SIU Edwardsville, 65-56 on Sunday. Up next for Mizzou, it's the women's version of the McBride-Holmes Braggin Rights matchup against Illinois. That's tomorrow night at 6, and after that, the Tigers make the trip east to match up with the Billikens of SLU on Sunday. That'll tip off at 2 o'clock. Coming up this hour, a little film study with Coach Harper. Looking forward to that. And we'll hear from Mizzou's starting guard, Abby Shrek, at about 6:30. Coach, let's start with Sunday. The comeback victory against SIU Edwardsville, down 15 in the second quarter. How was your squad able to rally and ultimately win by 9?
Yeah, that's not how we were drawing it up, in case anyone wondered. That was not the game plan. Obviously, we came out against a team that found the bottom of the net early. That's happened to us before. The difference was we were able to correct things defensively in the second, third, and fourth quarter. I thought that was probably, if you being critical, I thought that was our poorest performance offensively in terms of our execution. I thought we got a little impatient at times, and a team that we're very aggressive, and we want to be aggressive. And sometimes the aggressive teams, when you don't get what you're looking for early, it causes you to take some shots that, maybe not are the highest percentage shots. And for our team moving forward, we're going to continue to see really, really good defensive teams. And for us, we have to be a high efficiency team, so we got to take high quality shots, and we've got to be okay with working harder for those opportunities.
Well, like you mentioned, it was kind of a defense forward win for your team on Sunday against the Cougars. Wound up forcing 18 turnovers in the game, among the best totals for your defense this season. What led to your success in that aspect?
We adjusted. We made adjustments throughout the game. I think late in the second quarter, we made some ball screen adjustments to be able to help us guard the paint a little bit better, but also get out to the three-point line. And I thought, we even with that, I didn't think we were perfect, but we were good enough to throw them off completely. And then they didn't know where to go with the basketball because what had worked early didn't work late. And our team made the adjustment, and that's what we're proud of.
I'm sticking with the turnover theme here. Your team only gave it away 10 times. So that's the third straight game now. Had 8 turnovers against Northwestern, 8 against Cal, then 10 against SIU Edwardsville. What do you think is some of the keys behind that improved ball security?
Yeah, it's important for our team to get shots up. Every coach is going to say that, but I think our team right now is valuing the possession. They understand how important it is to our success. For 2 reasons. And it's obvious, right? We need more shots, and we don't want to go play defense. So, you turn it over, you give them an opportunity. So we're trying to take shots because we've shot a pretty good percentage, and it allows us to get our defense set if we can score. We talk about it in practice a lot, and I think the biggest, not adjustment, but growth there is just the comfort within our offense and understanding this is going to be open. This is something I'm going to have to make a read on, and then now trying to make the correct reads.
Tiger Talk with Mizzou head coach Kellie Harper coming to you from Harpo's tonight. Grace Slaughter and Shannon Dowell in that game continued a pretty remarkable streak. They have each scored 10 or more points in every game so far this year, so 11 in a row. They're the first duo in program history to do that this deep into a season. Now, with that said, on Sunday, it took a little while for both of them to get cooking. So when you have a situation like that where your two best, I think it's fair to say two best offensive players aren't quite in the flow of things, especially early, how do you adjust for that?
Well, I think for us, we have other options. We have other people that can make shots, can make plays, and then we have to be able to I think those two players in particular, they're so aggressive, and they draw so much attention. They have to be able to make plays and find the open man. And as soon as they do that, and you hit Abby, you hit Chloe, you hit Jayla, and we knock down some threes, it really opens up the opportunities back for those two players. So I think there's a give and a take. We don't want to lose their aggressiveness. We want them to attack, but understand if they're seeing some collapse, then you can move it out. We got like a billion plays. We have a billion plays for real, and so we can come up with something else. If this isn't working, I know I'll be sitting over there with Coach Schaefer, and I'll say, all right, we need to find this option, and he dials it up and gets us that option. So we have a lot of options at our disposal, and options meaning both actions and athletes.
I'm picturing like an encyclopedia of plays. Now, kids, an encyclopedia is a large book that had a bunch of facts in it that you don't see anymore. But really, the encyclopedia, is that just like Todd Schaefer's brain whenever you're asking for something, or where does that come from?
We have it on paper. I mean, we're pretty structured. We have it on paper. He gets a little excited sometimes, and I'm always trying to keep my notes and keep up. But this is a lot of he and Kenzie Williams have coached the same system for a bit, and so I go down the hallway. They're in the office drawing up plays, just like my kids doodle on the coloring book. They're just in there drawing up plays. But I think they both have really, really great basketball minds, in particular on the offensive end, and they're very experienced with our offense. And so usually what we'll do is I'll come in, hey, what if we could get something like this? And the next thing you know, here it is. It's got a pretty bow on it, and we're teaching it to our team. So, but I do think because our playbook is pretty extensive, we're usually able to find another option.
Well, you mentioned Kenzie and you mentioned kids, and that got me thinking that Kenzie has a new one, right?
Yes, congrats, Kenzie. Macy May was born last week, and so if you've missed seeing her on the bench, we have a new little tiger.
Excellent. Love it. Love to hear that. Tiger Talk with Mizzou head coach Kellie Harper. We're going to go into that late play that led to the game winner against Cal in our next segment. But just first, broad strokes on the win. It's an ACC team, a solid squad, 68-67 the final. Team's down by 5 entering the fourth quarter. What was the message to help to kind of get that comeback going?
Yeah, well, first off, I still can't wrap my head around the ACC, right?
It's
Cal,
very
ACC,
weird. Yeah.
Anybody else? I'm still. We sat down, and I felt like we were a little low energy coming into that timeout, and that was one of those moments as a coach. You've got to figure out, okay, what do they need? Do they need me to get after them? It was a look every player dead in the eye and tell them we can do this. And we didn't have a 5-point play. We weren't going to get it all back. It was going to be a grind for 10 more minutes, but they could do it, and they needed to play to win. And then we're able to chip away and went kind of back and forth, and honestly didn't look good late. But we had to get that stop at a minute 40 was critical. And then the stop and the steal and the score. I mean, we had to make plays. We had to make plays down the stretch, and we did.
That was a team that kind of looked like, I think, some of the teams you're going to see in the SEC just in terms of their roster makeup. I mean, heck, a couple of their main players were SEC players before they transferred over to Cal. What can a win like that do for your team's belief and their confidence heading into tomorrow against Illinois and then SEC play, which is now, 3-4 weeks away?
Yeah, I think it gives us a little bit of a blueprint in terms of, the athleticism that we saw, a little bit of the size that we saw, and how we can compete. Every team's different, and every team, even as talented as Cal is and as talented as Illinois is, and they're both very physical and strong, they still look different. But it gives us a little bit of confidence, hopefully, and something to reflect back on. Something that when we're coaching our players, whether it's in practice or in games, we can reflect back on those moments where we did have success.
Again, the Tigers at a 9-2 mark right now, heading into that rivalry matchup with the Illini tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Certainly hope to see you then. On the way next, we're going to hop into film session with Coach Kellie Harper as Tiger Talk continues next. We're underway from Harpo's in downtown Columbia and on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
The home for Tiger Talk Coaches shows is Harpo's Bar and Grill in downtown Columbia. Join us Tuesdays or Wednesday nights for the inside scoop on all things Mizzou basketball. Hear from the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, along with Mizzou women's head coach Kellie Harper at 6 p.m. and Mizzou men's head coach Dennis Gates at 7 p.m. Come early, grab your spot, and enjoy great food and drink specials during the show. That's Tiger Talk, only at Harpo's Bar and Grill. Visit MUTigers.com for the full show schedule.
Black and gold season never ends at the Tiger Team Store. Gear up for game day with the largest official selection of black and gold gear and gifts. From the latest Mizzou SEC gear to everything you need for your tailgate, the Tiger Team Store is your store for all things Mizzou. The Tiger Team Store has moved and is now located inside Mizzou Arena. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. with extended hours on game day or online at TigerTeamStore.com. It's always black and gold season at the Tiger Team Store.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need, so you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
The most powerful ideas come from understanding. By asking what's important here. At Great Southern Bank, we start by asking our customers to find out how we're doing and what they really need. Then we get to work, making banking easier and more effective, financing more flexible, and our communities better places to live. It's an ongoing team effort to keep improving how we serve our neighbors day after day. And it all starts with understanding what really matters. Learn more at GreatSouthernBank.com. Member FDIC.
It's time to get back into routine that focuses on you. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness. Escape reality in the indoor saltwater pool. Detox in the saunas or heat things up with our hot yoga. Wilson's is here to support you, motivate you, and help smash your goals with group fitness classes, personal coaching, and endless amenities. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness in Columbia. Visit them at wilsonsfitness.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
So both offenses, after a fast start, have cooled off. Sotel trying to change that at the foul line for Mizzou. Looks down low. Good steal. Reisma in deep on Walker. Lefty hook off the glass and good. 6 early points for Reisma. Mizzou up 14-7. Back to Tiger Talk. Harpo's in downtown Columbia, brought to you by Shelter Insurance, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction for auto insurance in the Central Region by J.D. Power. 7 out of the last 8 years. We're your shield. We're your shelter. You can also show your swagger with the Tiger checking card from Central Bank, the only place for Tiger checking. Open it today at centralbank.net. Mizzou starting guard Abby Shrek will be along in about 10 minutes or so, but first we're going to hop into a little bit of film session. This will be fun. Get a chance to look at some of the stuff stuff that the players look at with Coach Harper. And Coach, I'll let you kind of take the reins here. Go for it.
I don't know that they would say fun, but I love this. This is like one of my favorite things to do is sit and talk about basketball, and especially what we're doing with fans. So pulled a few clips here, and I do realize there's folks listening that are not here. So here's your challenge. If you enjoy this and you're like, hey, I'd like to see that, come on over next week. Come on. Well, you can watch it in person. So we're going to start with a couple defensive possessions. So our first defensive possession, because we're going to educate you, all right? Fans, we're going to educate you so you're not yelling the wrong thing out there, okay? All right. So we're in really good shape right now, okay? We're man-to-man defense. We're in really good shape. Everybody is kind of where they're supposed to be. As this play starts moving, okay, you will see Chloe come up and get on the ball. All right, pause just a second. Chloe went over that ball screen. Did everybody see that? She went over that ball screen. Jordana is there between the ball and the basket. That is how we're covering the ball screen right here. Look at Abby. Abby, girl, you were in the right spot. Look at you. Abby's on the rail. We've got everybody kind of flooding towards the ball.
You said the rail. What do you mean by the rail?
All right, imaginary line from the rim to the rim. Okay, we call that the rail. Yeah, thank you, Brad.
And you got
appreciate it.
And Abby has 2 feet in the paint. Reisma is on the edge of the paint, kind of by the right block, and like you said, staying between the ball and the basket.
Okay, and we'll let it play now. And so what you'll see, they kick it out. We reset. Everything's good. Now, when the ball comes back over here, we don't let her use the ball screen. Stop right there. Okay, now listen. If you are yelling, cut off the baseline, cut off the baseline, it's okay, y'all, okay? We are a no-middle team. So if they drive middle, I need you to be like, no middle, no middle, okay? So I'm educating our fans so that you know what to yell. So this is a really good job. Abby and Jordana both come down and help on this. You can play it on, and now you'll see that the final part of this play, Abby, Jordana stop the ball, and Chloe is feisty and finds a way to get the stop.
All right. By the way, we do have Nick Norris working hard, one of our graduate assistants. And if Nick, you want to roll the rest of that, if we're good. We're seeing Abby Shrek still in that good position. Maybe is Abby back there maybe keeping it paused on purpose?
Yeah, I think Abby's saying let's look at this and make sure everybody sees me. So
yeah, while we wait for the there it goes. All right.
Chloe gets the jump ball. That's what Chloe's been doing. So we can go on to the next one. I'm going to show you one more, and I'm going to show you something very small that our team has been working really hard on recently. So this was a defensive possession on the side. Ball comes in. We're in a really good spot. Okay, Abby's going to be on the ball. Jayla's on the ball. Here we go again. We don't let them use the ball screen. Jordana sits between the ball and the basket. Y'all see that? She's in the right spot. Abby probably could have stunned it a little more, except for the person that catches the ball. We were going to let her shoot that. So Abby's like, you know what? I'm supposed to stunt, but she's not going to shoot it, so I'm not going to stunt. So good job, Abby. And the ball comes back up. We'll get up top now. Abby gets this ball screen. We're a little late calling it. So she's a little bit late guarding. She needs to be a little bit tighter to her man so she can go over this ball screen, okay? And then as the shot goes, now what I want you to see, Abby contests. That's Abby's contest. That means she's going to get her hand up. Jordana's going to go box out her man, and the shot goes up. Pause just a second. Okay, 2 things. 1, we just gave up the lowest percentage shot in women's basketball is that shot, a contested jumper. Okay, so if we're going to give up something, that's what it's going to be.
From mid-range, too, not from 3.
Right, right. And then now, here's what I wanted to show you. This doesn't look like a big deal, but we practice this. We practice a save the ball drill. We practice loose balls and a save the ball drill. The ball's going out of bounds. It would have probably been out on us. Shannon runs to save it. Look, she ain't trying to be too cool and throw it over her head or around her back. You see, she turns and looks for her teammate. Her teammates are taught to run to her and call her name so we can save a possession. So when we talk about our margin for error small, we're trying to squeeze out every single possession that we can. So that was a great job by our team.
And your leading rebounder on the season is your point guard right now, Shannon Dow.
Yeah, she's really ball hawking. We talk. That's a whole other film session to talk about that. But she's doing a really good job. Want to show you the first offensive play of the game against Cal. They had that 6'5" in the center, and what we wanted to do, we wanted to attack her right off the bat, see how she was going to guard us, give Jordana an opportunity for a touch in the paint. So we have great spacing. Look at our team spacing right now. That's really good spacing. We kick the ball over here to Grace. Shannon makes a kind of a chin cut off of Jordana, and then Jordana's going to now turn and down screen for Shannon coming back up the top. As soon as Shannon catches it, boom, you see the one-on-one opportunity in the paint. People aren't going to help off of our shooters, so Jordana's going to have an opportunity, and she's able to go and score on the big girl first possession of the game. Just how we drew it up.
So when you say chin cut, what's a chin cut?
Let's see. Let's say you're more at the top of the key, and you're going to cut off of a teammate who's around the elbow. You're going to cut towards the basket off of a teammate at the elbow.
Got it.
Let's go with that. Okay. All right. We've got two more. I want to show you this one, another half-court set. We'll get the ball in. Shannon's going to get the ball back from Grace right here, and then Abby's going to get a fade screen. You see on the weak side, on the right side there, Abby gets that flare screen. I don't think we're able to kick it to her here. So as we go, she doesn't get the shot off, okay? But we move the ball. We have that. So we have the flare screen action. We get the ball up top. Now we're going to go with a ball screen up top. So now we're in a couple different actions. Now we get it to Grace. Now, everybody here knows every time Grace touches it, she's looking to score, right? I mean, and our opponents know that as well. So now we've had multiple actions, and then we get the ball back to Grace, and now we let her go to work. She gives this girl a fake. She's got a great quick step, and she can finish tough shots, and obviously she does that there. And then what a great team huddle. Okay, last play.
Last
play. Let's see this play. Y'all want to see how it was drawn up, right?
This is the good stuff right here.
Okay, so on the game, we've got two shooters in there with Abby and Chloe. We've got two scorers in there with Grace and Shannon, and then we've got Jayla, who has been putting up really good numbers, scoring and shooting. So we went small. We took JD out. We went small, trying to get their big girl out of the paint. We wanted her guarding somebody else. She's guarding Jayla, and she has to chase Jayla to the three-point line. First win for us. Get her out of there. Okay, second thing we're going to do, we're going to go with a ball screen with Shannon. And they had guarded it all night. But if Grace kind of whiffs on the ball screen, they don't really know if they're switching. Watch this action. Watch the girl on the ball right now. She hesitates briefly. Just briefly, because she was worried about Grace, and boom, Shannon literally got the easiest shot she had all night for a game winner. Mm-hmm. Perfectly well executed play.
Mm-hmm. And because you pulled the 6'5" Sakima Walker out of the paint, Shannon doesn't have to deal with shooting it over the top of her.
Right. There was a lot of positives in that play. Obviously, it was going in slow motion for me when she was driving to the basket. I'm like, oh, my goodness, please make this layup, because you could see it coming. So great job. Everybody out there did their job.
Good stuff. All right. Well, Coach, thanks a lot. That was a lot of fun. Let's do that next week. Okay?
Let's do.
Next Tiger Talk will be next Wednesday, by the way. So come out if you're listening. You want to check that out. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks to Nick Norris working hard in the back there to run those tape for us. Coach, we're going to give you a little break. We'll have Abby Shrek come up here, and we'll talk to you again on the back half of the show, okay?
All right. Thanks a lot.
That's head coach Kellie Harper from Mizzou Women's Hoops, one of her standout guards. Abby Shrek will tell us how her junior year is going when Tiger Talk continues next. Harpo's downtown Columbia and on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand, when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Receives the ball from the official to Smith. Handoff back to Dow with 5. Off a screen to her right. Right to the basket. Lay it up and in! With 1.7 seconds to go. Carroll's out of timeout. The inbound deep in the backcourt. Shepard doesn't get it off. And Mizzou gets the win. Challenge accepted. 68-67 Tigers. So that's how it sounded. We just saw how it looked on the last segment with Film Session with Coach Kellie Harper as Tiger Talk continues. And it's brought to you in part by our premier partners of the Diamond Club, MU Healthcare, Shelter Insurance, and Multiply Credit Union. Don't forget you can partner with the Tigers and the Food Bank, the official charitable partner of Mizzou Athletics. Visit scoreagainsthunger.org to learn more about the Score Against Hunger campaign presented by MPICS. Please welcome to the stage a 6-foot junior from Quincy, Illinois. Abby Shrek is going to be with us for the next handful of minutes here, talking about year number 3 somehow in black and gold. And they always say it goes fast. Have you been noticing that a little bit now that you're one of the old folks?
It is for sure. And I'm really kind of regretting some of the time. It's just flying by. I need to stop, just stop and watch everything, It just goes by so fast. Need to enjoy it more.
Mm-hmm. Well, you went through a 6-game stretch recently where the ball was not going in the basket for you at the level we've gotten used to from you. But then you hit a couple threes. You finished with 10 points in the win against SIU Edwardsville on Sunday. What do you think, if anything, changed for you?
I mean, just staying confident. Some games I have different roles, and whatever that is that game, I'm going to do it. And, that game, the ball fouled me, and I was just able to, see it go through the rim. Well,
you mentioned having different roles, and I wanted to ask you about that, too. If you're in a game where, for whatever reason, the ball is just not going in the basket, how are you looking to contribute in other ways to the team?
Yeah, just picking up any rebounds I can, always just boxing out, getting back in transition defense, and just always being vocal on the court and helping everybody out any way I can. You started a couple games back in your freshman year, but this is really the first year you're consistently part of the starting 5. What has been different about that for you? I mean, really nothing, honestly. I'm just, playing as hard as I can every time I'm out on the court. So,
talking with Abby Shrek here on Tiger Talk. What's been your favorite game of this season so far?
Well, I'd probably say that Cal game. I think it was just a really good matchup, a really good look, fast game. It was a really good end of the game scenario for us and put us in a tough tough spot, but I'm glad we came out on top.
This team has won 5 in a row. That includes a couple of Power Conference wins against Cal, against Northwestern down in Fort Myers. Why is this streak happening, you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing really well together. I think we're really building off of each game, just stacking games. And I think our coaches have done a really good job putting together a good schedule for us. I think it's really showing us different looks and really good looks to get us prepared for the next conference coming up.
You're one of 5 returners on this roster. The majority of the roster is newcomers. What was it like to go down to Fort Myers, Florida over Thanksgiving and have a handful of days together?
Yeah, it was a great time for us to bond. Just being somewhere warm is nice. When it was starting to get cold here, it was nice to be down there. But really, we were focused on basketball for the most part, and I think we did a really good job coming out 3-0 on that little spurt right there. And yeah, we really enjoyed it. It's always fun when you're winning. So,
Talking with Abby Shrek here on Tiger Talk. Going back to your freshman year, and if I remember right, it was kind of your breakout game. It was your first college game where you really made a huge impact, and it was at Illinois. Scored 8 points in 30 minutes in that game as a true freshman. Is there a little extra motivation for you anytime you get a chance to go up against the Illini?
Yeah, my family, just being from there, and my house is kind of divided now, but I can assure you now everybody's wearing black and gold in my family,
Very
but
good.
It wasn't always like that before. But yeah, it's just a lot of motivation, just playing for people back at home. I got a lot of supporters and a lot of good people watching, so I just want to play the best I can for them.
Is it an Illinois thing? I mean, you had a good game against the Illini. Your career high is 26 when you were at Western Illinois, not too far from your house.
Yeah, like I said, just playing for the people that, got me here. It's a little motivation for me. They keep me going.
A few more minutes with Abby Shrek here on Tiger Talk. Especially after the coaching change. I'm sure you had opportunities to transfer somewhere else. Why did you decide that Coach Harper and Mizzou were still the best fit for you?
Well, once I first met with Kellie, I knew I just wanted to stay with her. We had a really good talk. She already had plans for me and for this team. She already felt like she'd been here before, and I knew I just wanted to stay here and see what we can do.
We've mentioned this story before, but you had a terrific high school career, finished as Quincy Notre Dame's all-time leading scorer, and that's a really good girls basketball program in the state of Illinois, by the way. The young lady you passed is another Tiger, Jordan Frericks. Did Jordan Frericks help kind of steer you toward Columbia?
Yeah, she was a really good role model for me growing up. I watched her play in high school, and they were very successful. And, I kind of just followed in her footsteps, but also just kind of making my own path along the way too. We had a lot of good talks together, and yeah, she was a really good, had a good impact on me.
You still on the elementary education track in terms of your studies?
Yep, I am.
So when do you start doing the student teaching thing?
So I've been doing once a week. I go for a full day, and then next semester once a week too. But next year it'll kind of ramp up, and I'll do 3 days and 5 days a week. It'll get pretty busy then.
What's the age range of the kids?
I've been working with a lot of first and second graders, so.
Is that the level that, bless you, by the way, first of all, is that the age level that you think you'd like to work with after whenever basketball's done for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like them all. They're very fun. They're so interested and so cute, but I think maybe third graders would be a little bit better, but no, I really like them all. I enjoy it.
Is there going to be any coaching in your future too, or?
Yeah, I hope so. I plan to go back to Quincy and coach for Quincy Notre Dame too. That's my goal.
Very cool. Well, looking forward to seeing that. Again, whenever basketball is done for you, and hopefully you get a chance to do that for as long as you like. So I really enjoy your mix of interests outside of basketball. So for one part of you are farm girl. You like doing some of the outdoorsy stuff. I remember we had a chance to go and spend a little bit of time at your house on that Western Illinois trip, and you got some teammates on a tractor back home at one point last year. Normally you're into fishing, I guess, too. I'm guessing that's more of a summer thing. Are you much of an ice fisher?
I've never tried it, but I'd like to, but not right now.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so either. It didn't seem like the vibe. But that is something that, when you're in the off season, you don't have basketball on the docket. That's something you typically like to do?
Yeah, that's one of my probably favorite hobbies now that I've picked up. So, yeah.
So that's like the outdoor stuff. But then also the indoor part, you built a replica of Mizzou Arena in the computer game Minecraft?
I did, yeah.
I'm
working on football now too.
Okay, so what led to that? How did you get into all that?
Well, I mean, I just on like long road trips, Minecraft, you don't need any Wi-Fi or anything, and you can play multiplayer. So growing up, I always just played with like my siblings and cousins, and now I'm just, whenever in the summer we had some downtime, I just started playing, and you can still play multiplayer anywhere. So just started building it, and it was fun, and I just kept going. I'm just building, I guess, all of Columbia.
How long did it take you to build Mizzou Arena in this video game, computer game, whatever?
I mean, probably a couple days. If you're on for just maybe an hour a day, it'll take a couple days.
Mm-hmm. Were you like counting seats to make sure it added up to 15,000, and you're like, no, 14,500. Dang it, I got to go back and start all over, or what was?
Well, it's funny because I actually built the original yellow seats, and then we switched to black seats, and. So I rebuilt it, actually, and I built it better and bigger than before. But, yeah, what I do is I just look up a picture. I get a different device, and I'm just looking back and forth and back and forth. I even walked around one day. I just went to the arena. I'm like, I just started looking up at the banners, and I just took everything in. I'm like, I can do this. I'm pretty good at remembering things, so I was like, just using my memory as best as I could.
Did you add like a number 23 with Shrek in the rafters?
Oh, shit, that's a good idea.
Well, we'll look for the version 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever it's on. We'll keep an eye out for that up in the rafters, okay?
Yeah.
Abby, it's been a lot of fun. Best of luck to you the rest of the way this season.
Thank you.
That is Abby Shrek joining us here on Tiger Talk. Coach Harper will rejoin us after this on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
The Club at Old Hawthorne is a terrific golf course with amazing practice facilities, which is why the Mizzou golf teams play here. Here's what you might not know. The Club at Old Hawthorne is a community with a welcoming environment that's a perfect fit for an active lifestyle. Golf, tennis, pickleball, swimming, and a fitness center with classes all at one club. The Club at Old Hawthorne. Visit oldhawthorne.com to learn more or schedule a tour. I'm Mike Kelly, the voice of the Missouri Tigers. How much do I love Old Hawthorne? I live here.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Tiger fans, let's salute the real heroes, our military service members. Veterans United Home Loans is proud to honor them as the hero of the game. Know a veteran or active duty service member who deserves the spotlight? Nominate your hero today at veteransunited.com/hero. That's veteransunited.com/hero. Help us recognize those who've served with courage, dedication, and pride.
Is your job just a job, and you want to work in a rewarding career? If the answer is yes, then start your journey today by becoming a union construction craft laborer. Why wait? Visit buildunion.com to learn more about becoming a union craft laborer and starting a rewarding career in the construction industry. Build a career, build a future, build a legacy. Buildunion.com for more information.
It's game day, Tigers. When you fly from Columbia Regional Airport, you've already got the home court advantage. Skip the stress. Enjoy fast check-ins, short security lines, and nonstop flights on American and United Airlines. Whether it's the big tournament or your next getaway, COU makes every trip a winning play. Score your travel advantage at flycou.com. See you at COU, your home court in the sky.
The home for Tiger Talk Coaches shows is Harpo's Bar and Grill in downtown Columbia. Join us Tuesdays or Wednesday nights for the inside scoop on all things Mizzou basketball. Hear from the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, along with Mizzou women's head coach Kellie Harper at 6 p.m. and Mizzou men's head coach Dennis Gates at 7 p.m. Come early, grab your spot, and enjoy great food and drink specials during the show. That's Tiger Talk, only at Harpo's Bar and Grill. Visit MUTigers.com for the full show schedule.
Against the zone, a pass stolen by Jayla Smith. Foot race the other way. Jayla's going to win it. Makes the layup this time. And that's what Jayla Smith can do for you. Timeout, Sharman Smith and Cal. Back to Tiger Talk, Harpo's downtown Columbia. Coach Kellie Harper is back and rejoining us. We'll hear from her momentarily. And don't forget, if you missed any part of this episode of Tiger Talk or other great content and episodes, they're all available on the Inside Mizzou Athletics podcast feed. That's presented by Shelter Insurance. Be sure to subscribe today wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search Inside Mizzou Athletics. So Coach Harper back with us. Just heard for a few minutes from Abby Shrek. And, you know, that I guess in this era, it can kind of go both ways where, you know, she had to make the decision that, yes, this was a good fit for her. You had to have that conversation, I'm sure, like, hey, are you going to be a right fit in our system? And what was it about Abby Shrek that you were like, yeah, come on, bring it? Yeah, well, you heard her. I mean, you listen to her. She's awesome. She's great. We love her to death. But you're right. Very quickly, when we got here, you know, you're really observing everything. I mean, every little action, every little conversation, not just conversations that I'm having with these players that I don't know yet. I'm watching their conversations within one another, and I knew immediately Abby could be a leader for this team. That was like the first thing that I noticed, and I'm like, we need her because we need her to be a leader for this basketball team. And I think I even told her that in one of the first conversations. And she's been what we thought. I mean, she's very easy to coach. She's eager to be coached and loves this program. I'll ask you what I asked her. You know, the last handful of games before SIU Edwardsville, the ball wasn't necessarily going in the basket for her. And I'm guessing every scouting report of your team is, hey, number 23 can really shoot the ball. That's like the top line. So when the ball is not going in, what is it about her that has led you to keep her in the starting lineup? Well, I think, and I don't know which game it was immediately, but, you know, when she's on the court, our team is better. And there can be different reasons for that. One can be they're having to guard her, so it frees up some lanes for her teammates, okay? And I'm talking about just when she's not making shots, because when she's making shots, it's obvious, right? She makes hustle plays. She'll get on the floor. She'll get rebounds. She's the most vocal player we have on the court. And we're not very vocal, okay? So we're kind of quiet. We're working on it, y'all. We're working on it. But that matters. And so she makes a difference because she'll talk both offensively and defensively. And then she just gives her teammates confidence when she's out there. There's a lot of reassurance when Abby's on the court. And going back to the SIU Edwardsville game, I mean, really for the whole team until really the fourth quarter, especially the outside shooting, it just wasn't at the level we've come to expect. I mean, Mizzou is still top 10 in the nation, by the way, when it comes to three-point percentage. But, you know, against the Cougars, for whatever reason, the ball wasn't going in as much. As a coach, how do you strike that balance between maintaining confidence in your shooters and at the same time being like, hey, we may have to tweak things a little bit today because we need to win this game? Well, I think right now I want our shooters shooting, and if they're shooting us and they're not making shots, then I'll just get somebody else in for a minute. You know, I don't want them ever hesitating. Let me do that. I'll hesitate for you. You don't hesitate when you're on the court, because I want them having confidence. I don't want them shooting and then going, I don't know if I should shoot this. No. If you're thinking that, don't shoot it. So we want our shooters every single time thinking they're going to make it, because, you know, players that can really shoot the basketball, and it's not, we're not making this up, right? There's historic evidence, whether that's practice or games, that these are shooters. They can make shots. So if they've missed 5 in a row, they're probably going to make 5 in a row is what I think. So we just want them to have that mentality and understand we're not always going to do that. We're going to have off nights. It's going to happen, okay? We're normal human beings. It's going to happen. But you're definitely not going to make them if you don't have confidence. Another young lady I wanted to make sure to highlight, we played a clip coming out of Jayla Smith getting a steal and a bucket, and that's been a theme here in the early going this season. She had that critical steal that, you know, led to the game winner against Cal on Shannon Dowell's layup. She had a couple of steals basically back-to-back to start the fourth quarter against SIU Edwardsville. When you were recruiting her out of the transfer portal, is that a characteristic of hers that you knew that she was able to provide? Not necessarily. I think she's been awesome, and we knew we were going to get an athletic wing that could get downhill, but she's been so consistent
she's got some savvy defensively, and sometimes I'll be watching film back and I'll play it in slow-mo and just watch her, because she just has some natural ability to kind of go outside herself or outside the system sometimes to make a play. And players like that are so valuable to have. And then offensively, just her ability. We were talking to her today and she was talking about playing careful. I don't know that I would say it's careful so much as she's just playing very sure and with a lot of comfort when she's out there. And she doesn't complicate things. She tries to make things very simple, and that is the best way to play basketball.
Mm-hmm. She's been a key reason why Mizzou has again won 5 in a row, off to a 9-2 start. Illinois, the opponent tomorrow at Mizzou Arena. Our coverage starting at 5:45 for the 6 o'clock tip-off. Our next edition of Tiger Talk is a week from tomorrow, so hopefully you can join us next Wednesday night for that. On the way next, Coach Harper will help us preview the McBride-Holmes bragging rights matchup with Illinois. So stay with us. Tiger Talk from Harpo's in downtown Como on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families, and one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Chloe with 5 to shoot off a pick with 4. Picks it up with 3. Skip the Slaughter in the corner. Has to shoot it. Does off the shot fake. 3 ball. Rattles around and in. Grace Slaughter with the shooter's touch. Mizzou up 1. Timeout, Cal. One more segment with Coach Kellie Harper here on a Tiger Talk from Harpo's in downtown Como. Mike Kelly and Dennis Gates will take you through the 7 o'clock hour with the men's version of the program. Genteel is now the apparel provider of the Tiger Radio Network. Check out the collection of Mizzou apparel available now at genteelapparel.com or at Bingham's in downtown Columbia the next time you're in town for a game. Genteel Apparel is a proud partner of Mizzou Athletics. And make sure to catch comedian Nate Bargatze. He's coming to Mizzou Arena on February January 21st for his Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Purchase your tickets on Ticketmaster now. Tomorrow at Mizzou Arena, it's the Tigers and the Fighting Illini of Illinois. It's a 6 o'clock tip, so a 5:45 broadcast start for us for that one. Tigers are 9-2. Illinois is 8-1. The Tigers have won 5 straight. Illinois has been on an even bigger tear, to be honest. They've won 6 in a row, all of them by at least 20 points, including a 78-57 blowout of Indiana last weekend in Champaign. And honestly, the game was not even that close. Indiana trailed by as much as 36 in that contest. So what's impressing you about the Illini right now?
Well, they're just tough. First off, they are very tough. They have 4 scorers in double figures. Defensively, they're just stingy, and they'll play bully basketball. So, we're going to get a screen, and they're going to push us off the screen. It's going to make it hard for us to run our offense because they're just going to be so physical. They come downhill, so they're scoring a truckload of points in the paint. I mean, you start comparing, because I think we've done a pretty good job of getting ourselves to the free throw line. They go more. Right? So, and then one thing they don't foul a lot, so something's got to give there. They don't take a lot of threes. They shoot a good percentage of them, but they get the majority of their points just really just pounding it in the paint.
Yeah, 31% from 3 for Illinois, but they're averaging more than 80 points per game. So as Coach mentioned, they're doing a really good job of scoring it right now inside the arc. I talked a little bit about this with Abby Shrek, but she's from Illinois. Shannon Dowell's from Illinois. Lisa Thompson's an Illinois native. Sanaya Tyler is very close to Illinois. She's from St. Louis. Can there be a little extra juice for players like that in this kind of regional matchup?
I hope so. We'll take all the extra juice we can get tomorrow. I think that's fun for players like that. For players to be able to play that game, and hopefully they, not just those 4 players, but our entire team can embrace the bragging rights and understand, it's a big deal. And, listen, they're a really good basketball team. They are. And they're very efficient. They execute well. They are methodical. It's not, when I say they score a lot in the paint, they're not going to pound it inside to post players over and over and over. They're going to get it inside to their post. They're going to drive. They're going to cut. They're going to move a lot of different people in there. So you'll see a pretty efficient basketball team. We'll have a game plan. We'll have a game plan for our team, and we're just looking. This is a great opportunity for us to go out and compete, and try to build on the momentum that we have.
One of your assistant coaches, Liza Fruent, of course, played for you, but she most recently was working over at Illinois. So did you get some intel from her?
Listen, Liza may be one of the most competitive people I've ever been around. So she's a little bit. I don't want to say on edge, but she's ready. she's ready to go. So if she could go out there and play, she'd put 40 up. I'm very confident she'd put 40 up if she could play.
Did you save any eligibility for Liza?
I had to use every ounce of eligibility that Liza had in a previous stop. So talented player. She's a great assistant coach, and it's sometimes it's emotional when you're playing some previous friends, but boy, she's all in and really, I think, given everything she has to our team.
One of these shows this season, we'll get a little bit more into your coaching staff, a little more in depth there. We're running out of time. I did want to ask you, though, the game coming up on Sunday at SLU, that's a 2 o'clock tip, by the way, if you want to make a trip over to Chaffetz. I won't expect you to go in depth because you like to take it one game at a time, understandably so. But just in general, what's the value of those in-state rivalry games, even if you're playing them on the road?
Well, I think for us, the first thing is we can maybe go and see some people that can't always get over to Columbia. Maybe they can come to the game at SLU and see us play. Maybe some fans that don't always get over here, be able to support us. I think we need to be in that market. I think so. I'm glad we're over there this year. I think that's important. More importantly to me, I'm going to make sure we bounce back from this game, win, lose, or draw, whatever happens. We've got to be really, really good this weekend. That's one thing. We've had a little bit of a letdown after some big games, so we want to make that correction as a team and hopefully be ready to go this weekend and motivated to be our absolute best.
Finals week coming up after that, too. That can sometimes be tricky. I don't know if that's the class load lines up that way for this year's team.
You know, we have a lot of really high achievers. They want to do well academically. So this is my first time with a lot of these players to see how they're going to manage this mentally, emotionally. We'll give them extra days off to prepare for their classes. And hopefully they'll use that wisely. But we've got a really good group that takes care of business in the classroom.
That sounds like a plan, Coach. Let's go get a couple this week, and we'll talk to you again next Wednesday here at Harpo's.
Love to do that. Thanks a lot, Brad.
That's the head coach of your Mizzou women's basketball program, Kellie Harper. Again, Illinois tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and then SLU on the road on Sunday at 2. So we will talk to you leading up to both those games. Big thank you to Dylan Riggs on the 1s and 2s at Learfield headquarters in Jefferson City. Here we've got Jeremy Washington and Sam Rowe from KMIZ and Danielle Barco from Mizzou Sports Properties all helping us out. Nick Norris did great work on the video for us in this one as well. For all of them, I'm Brad Trinago. Thanks for joining us for Tiger Talk on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.